Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So welcome to the start of this vlog where I've literally just cut my fringe and it's really throwing me off because even though it's not short, it's shorter than it was and it looks really short to me and I don't like it. But anyway, we'll get used to that as this vlog goes on. I'm sure by tomorrow I will be feeling fine about my fringe. But anyway, it's been a bit of an odd day. It's Monday, it's the start of week 4 of October and of Spoopathon. We're in wave 4 now, although I'm still in wave 3 because there is some books I need to finish. But I started my new job today in Waterstones customer support. As you guys probably know, I've been a bookseller for the past 3 years for Waterstones and I've just moved over to support customer service as a customer service advisor. Had my first day of training today, like have a laptop and things like that. Very exciting, and I'm working from home, which is cool as well. I've been basically on phone calls all day, like learning the ropes, and I think that's the same at least tomorrow, probably for like the rest of the week. There is a lot to learn. So my brain is a bit fried, and I've been like sitting in one position all day. So desperately need a desk, so there will be an IKEA trip upcoming later in this vlog because I really need a desk. I can't be sitting on my bed for the rest of my time in customer support. But anyway, I will be there for the next 6 months, so that's very exciting and I'm really excited to be part of the team and be dealing with things in customer support, which is daunting and exciting because it's a busy time. But anyway, you're not here to hear about my job, or maybe you are, but I'm going to tell you about the books I'm currently reading. I've literally just filmed a wrap up for last week's vlog, so I'm in the same position exactly. I am currently reading A Far Wilder of Magic by Alison Saft, which I'm about halfway through. Currently at the start of Mexican Gothic and the very start of Mina and the Slayers, and I am about 100 pages into Kingdom of the Feared. I'm doing very bad on my reading at the moment, but my goal for the week is to try and read at least some of these. And I do have another 2 books on my October TBR, and October ends on Monday. We have a week left, so we'll see how this goes because, as I've said, it's my first week in a new job, working full time. Not sure how this is going to go. Very behind on my editing and going away this weekend because it's mine and Mark's 3rd anniversary, so that's very exciting, but I'm not sure how that will help my reading, so we'll see how the last week of Spoopathon goes. But anyway, I am still in wave 3. I would like to finish I think at least these 2 before I move out of wave 3. This one does cover a few prompts. It covers vampires. I think it could probably cover potions, and maybe that's it. It could probably cover Bone White as well because there's literally bone on the cover, so that could be helpful. And it could also cover 2022 release and favourite author. So yeah, I have already read one book for wave 3, which was Thieves by Lucy Bryan, which was a graphic novel, so that covered a few prompts as well. I could also try and finish this one before the end of wave 3 because I am over halfway through this. I've been listening to the audiobook, really enjoying it. Tempted to put it on while I eat dinner because I've been staring at screens all day and don't really want to stare at screens while I eat dinner or like put something on TV, so I might have a bit of a break from screens and read a little bit of this or listen to a little bit of this so I can give my eyes a rest. But this one, really enjoying. Sorry, I gave you no summary of Kingdom of the Feared, but it is the 3rd book in a series, so I'm not really going to. But the first one in this series follows 2 sisters who are twins. They are working in their family's restaurant, and we're following predominantly Amelia, who we are following throughout the series, and she finds her twin sister Victoria dead, and she ends up teaming with a Prince of Hell, who is the Prince of Wrath, to try and find out what happens to her sister. And this is much further along in the series, but I really like the series. I'm really enjoying this book so far. And then this one I'm also really enjoying. It's like an intricate kind of gothic, kind of classic-esque romance between these 2 people, one of which is she lives alone in this old creaking manor house, and there's this like competition thing to find this like magical animal who's a magical fox. I think you might have to kill it. Yeah, you have to kill it. So it's following her, and it's also following Wes, who is an apprentice, or wants to be an apprentice, per alchemist, that's the one. So this one could also work for potions. Probably it that it could work for, to be honest, but you know, we've got one prompt. And then it could also work for 2022 release, because I'm pretty sure this one only came out this year as well. But definitely with these three, yeah, this came out this year. With these two and with Thieves, I've definitely completed enough for wave 3, and then hopefully I'll be able to move on to wave 4, which if I try and find the prompts for wave 4, hopefully we've got some be able to be covered. I'm doing so well with English today. With these two books, and maybe the ones that I still need to read if I manage to get to them. But we have TBR Veteran, which I feel like this one could cover. Slime Green, this one could work for Slime Green as well. Gentle Spooky, that is such a cute. Maybe this one could work for Gentle Spooky. New author, this one is a new author for me. And then there is also like a few others that I want to read this week, but we'll see as the week goes on. Right now I'm going to go and eat some dinner. I would love to say I'm going to have a lovely cozy reading evening, but I'm so behind on editing, I need to do that tonight. And then maybe I'll get some reading in too, but right now I'm going to go and have some dinner. And I'll update you tomorrow after my second day in customer support. Hi, it is Wednesday evening and I thought it was about time that I drop in with an update because I've actually finished a book. I finished A Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft this evening. I've been reading like good chunks of this each evening, but yeah, I've just finished it, which I'm very happy about. And I have a feeling that I was reading this as part of wave 3 of Spoopathon. However, I've got to say it really doesn't fit a lot of prompts. If it's 2022 release, which is an extra ammo prompt, and I'd say it only really fits potions as part of like the main prompts, but I think hopefully I will manage to like get enough points with just those 2 prompts to move on to wave 4, because at this point it's Wednesday and wave 4 started on Friday and finishes at the end of this week, so I think I desperately need to move on to wave 4 if I'm being honest. So I think it's probably about time that I just decide to do that. I was going to try and finish Kingdom of the Feared as well in wave 3 before I move on to wave 4, but I don't think I've got time, so I'm just going to move straight on to wave 4 as long as I can fit some of those prompts onto Kingdom of the Feared. But anyway, let me just tell you guys about this one before I put it to the side. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's a very kind of transporting romance. Romance is like features heavily in the book, but I really liked it. I really rooted for the 2 main characters. There is also quite a unique fantasy in here, and it does feel kind of gothic classic. It has that kind of element to it, even though it isn't a classic. I am honestly not sure when this is supposed to be set, because they have things like radios and phones, but they don't talk about like modern technology in terms of like TV and things like, or like smartphones or anything like that. It feels kind of Victorian-esque, but obviously it is more modern than that because of the radios and stuff. But really liked the atmosphere, really liked the romance, really liked the fantasy elements. I feel like there was a lot that, yeah, I really enjoyed. I feel like there was a few things that were maybe a little bit convoluted, but I wouldn't say they massively impacted the story for me. I feel like it could have just been made a little bit more simple and I'd have still enjoyed it just as much, so it'll probably be a 4-star from me. But there is a lot to really like about this book for sure. And I really liked the audiobook as well. I listened to the audiobook for the vast majority, and then I've just read maybe like 100 pages physically, and it is like a nearly 400 page book, and the text is quite small, I must say. It has felt quite long, but have really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm going to move on to Kingdom of the Feared now and try and finish this one next, which I'm just looking at wave 4 prompts, and I feel like this can fit a few. Can probably fit Monstrous, to be fair. I feel like it can maybe fit Gentle Spooky. Badass Weapons, it can definitely fit, and Hardback, it fits. And then for the extra ammo prompts next in a series, it will fit. That's probably it. But yeah, at least it definitely fits a few of those wave 4 prompts. So I'm gonna delve into Kingdom of the Feared. I am this far through, so I'm like 100 pages through right now, but I'm looking forward to picking it back up. I also received a book in the mail today, which I thought I'd just tell you about. I received Defend the Dawn by Bridget Camera. I was just doing some pre-orders and stuff on the Waterstones website, and I wanted to bump my postage over £25, so it was free. And I was like, what do I want to buy? That's just like a paperback. It won't cost me too much to bump it over. And I landed on this because I've actually been leaving a gap on my shelf for this, and I'd just not picked it up yet. So I thought I would pick this one up, and to be fair, it's arrived very, very quickly. It was only like 2 nights ago that I ordered it. This is the second book in the Defy the Night series, which I have a proof of here, which I really, really enjoyed. I want to give you an overview of this book, but I'm honestly not sure. Okay, it's in the front because it has been a while since I read this. I read this last year when it came out, and this is a completely different series by Bridget Camera than the Cursebreaker series, but this one's following King Harriston and his brother Prince Coric, who are forced to rule with an iron fist, and it's also following Tessa Cade, who is an masked outlaw marked for death. And together with the mysterious, handsome Weston, I saw there was a character in here called Weston. Wes, just Wes, don't know. But anyway, she robs from the rich to help the poor, distributing medicine to those who need it most. It becomes clear the only way to save people is to assassinate the king, and Tessa faces a deadly mission that will take her to the dark heart of the kingdom and force her to work with the very people she intended to destroy. I really liked this book. Honestly, might have enjoyed it more than the Cursebreaker series. When I was rereading that and reading the second and third book this year, I was like, did I enjoy Defy the Night more? Because I remember really, really liking Defy the Night. So I am looking forward to delving into Defend the Dawn, which is the second book in this series. I don't know how many there is meant to be in this series, or there will be in this series, but I am looking forward to diving back in. So yeah, glad that I picked this one up. But anyway, that's all my updates for now. I am going to try and do some more reading this evening, and I'm going to try and read more of Kingdom of the Feared so I can at least make some progress with that. There is still 2 books that I want to at least start by the end of the month because they're on my TBR mini golf TBR. And there's also 2 others that I'm currently reading, which is Mexican Gothic and Mina and the Undead. I think that's all. I hope I'm not in the middle of another one that I've completely forgotten about. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Now I've finished this one. That is one off the pile, so that's good. But anyway, I will update you soon. My job's also going well, by the way. I'm 3 days into my position in customer support, and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot to take in, and I'm quite tired, but I'm getting into a bit of a routine now, so it's getting a bit more like easier, I guess. Like the days feel a little bit better organised. But yeah, it's very daunting being this early in the role. There is so much to learn and so much to take in, but I am enjoying it. It's very good. I had my first like customer reply saying like, thanks so much for your help today, and that was really like nice to know that I've helped somebody and they appreciated it. So yeah, that was good. But anyway, I'm gonna head off now, and I will update you soon with my thoughts on Kingdom of the Feared when I've managed to read a bit more. Hi, it's Tuesday, the 1st of November. I have been so bad at keeping up with everything the past week or so. I started my new job last week, as you guys know, and then me and Mark have been in London for the past 3 or 4 days. We are away for our 3rd anniversary, so we've been to the cinema. We saw the Totoro play last night, which was so good. It was really, really good. And yeah, we've just been hanging around London, which has been really nice. We're just about to leave our last hotel, go and get some food and head home later today. But yeah, it's been really good. I just haven't read anything for days. I read Pumpkinheads. I reread Pumpkinheads, which basically allowed me to finish Spoopathon because I did not have enough. Well, I hadn't read enough in wave 4 to actually complete Spoopathon. And I was like, there's no way I'm finishing anything. I didn't even bring Kingdom of the Fade with me because it's a big hardback, so I bought new books with me, of which I've started neither. Sometimes I read a lot while I'm away and sometimes I just don't, and this time I just haven't. So yeah, I've not done very well. Usually it's if Mark has a lie-in and sleeps after me, but I've just been sleeping just as late as he has, so I haven't managed to read anything. But I did read Pumpkinheads the other morning, which was a reread, and I really enjoyed it. It's a graphic novel by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and it's basically following these two friends on a pumpkin patch working their last day. It's very autumnal, very Halloween themed, very cute. I read it for the first time 3 years ago. I think it came out 3 years ago now. And I really, really enjoyed reading that. And I read that for a couple of prompts, although I can't remember what the prompts were now. I did manage to complete Spoopathon and I did vlog all of my books last night, so both me and Mark have actually completed Spoopathon, which was very nice. We did both just about manage to do it. I read so much in the first half of the month, and then I just have completely slowed down, but I did start my new job and stuff, so that's obviously taken over quite a bit. I also read, I used to read so much in audiobook format when I was driving to and from work, because my commute to my old bookshop was 40 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes. So I used to read a lot, a big chunk on audio. But I've obviously lost that because I'm working from home now, which has a lot of its own perks, but I have lost quite a lot of audiobook time. So that is a book a week that I'm not reading, which obviously I can use that time to read physically, but I haven't got into the pattern of doing that yet and using that time for that. So yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Hopefully I'm going to get back into the swing of things in November. Now it's November. Hello.
Oh, does that turn that light on?
Yes. Hi, Mark.
I was trying to turn the hallway on. Hello. Seamless edit.
Anyway, that's Mark. Just felt like I had an arm coming out of my head. I'm gonna head off now. We're gonna head home. I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here because Spoopathon's done. Wave 4 is done, and this was meant to be a Wave 4 vlog. I'm very behind on editing, posting videos, reading. So I am going to wrap it up here. But yeah, thank you for joining me for all of my Spoopathon vlogs. Even though some of them I've been a bit behind on. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.